your boy was here all during the fires.
You were.
About 5 miles from my house.
Yeah.
You decided to just, I'm out. And you left.
It gets worse. Because when we had the evacuation orders, my wife...
Why would you guys evacuate Manhattan
Somebody
Beach?
fucked up. Somebody,
the fake...
Yep. Somebody hit the wrong button or something. So everybody, even down in the South Bay, it's like you might have to evacuate.
Oh, just for people that aren't in California. So again, the political system here is crushing it. So those emergency evacuation orders come to your phone like an Amber Alert. Somebody fucked up. They take no accountability. Like, oh, it's just the system we run. And it sent it to counties that were nowhere near the fire and forced them to evacuate.
So all of us are like,
go on.
All of us are like, what? We might have to evacuate. But I had a plane to catch, Bubba, because I have to do Rogan the next day and then shoot my special.
Which now most of the listeners are just finding out now, because when I say this, you are the worst marketer of all time in the entertainment industry. But carry on. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that because I'm a complete
it's
fuck
insane.
up.
Yeah.
So, but I posted a lot of pictures yesterday.
I didn't see it.
After you told
Too
me.
late, yeah.
Yeah. So, I look at my wife and I go, she's holding the baby, 3-year-old, and I go, I gotta go.
You got this, right?
You got it. I go, you'd be all right.
There's
Real hero.
But also, there's no fire.
No, there's no
for
fire.
you guys.
It was fine. I knew it was fine. It was totally fine.
Yeah,
that air was bad though. Kids had to stay in because we got the wind was blowing
Santa
toward
Ana
us.
winds.
Yeah, and then my car was covered in ash, and you ever hear Kevin Nealon's joke about that? It's like these fires, man. I'll tell you, I mean, I'm way out. I'm away from them, but my car was just covered in ash, and I just came out this morning, and my car just got ash on it, and I was like, why me? Like, why me? so funny. Yeah, these fires.
You missed a hectic time, dude. I'm talking. We had to evacuate.
I was with Rogan when you were sending us pictures.
Yeah,
we were in the green room of the mothership.
Oh, really?
Passing those pictures around because those fires looked a little too close to you.
2.5.
Like there was a fucking giant cloud. It looked like the horror movie where it's like, we got to get out. We can't. We don't have time.
Pompeii?
It looked like Pompeii.
I sent you guys that picture. I was at the top of my street, and I was like, oh my God. But Wednesday is where
You're so lucky the wind didn't blow, because if the wind had blown it that way, you couldn't have breathed.
House
Let's
on
put it
fire,
that way.
yeah. Because on Wednesday, when everything was going down, I was like, all right, I wonder if we're going to have to evacuate. And then I see where it is. I'm like, it goes over that hill. We're in trouble. But, Santa Ana winds are going toward. That's why Palisades burnt down, because it started up high and then went towards the ocean. Yeah. But then our power gets shut off. I'm like, well, that's not good. It's like mid-afternoon, the power gets shut off. I'm like, that ain't good. Because with Billy, she needs electricity for all her shit.
Yeah.
And my fish are going to die. So I got to figure that out.
Your fish okay?
Fish, I made them, mouth to mouth for their ones.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, but my gate, I had to open up manually. And this time it's nighttime. So I'm jumping out. This kind of scary, right? So I'm pushing the gate myself. And then I look down the street. I'm like, because there's helicopters all over, dude. Like fucking Vietnam, Forrest Gump style. Just
what are they doing? Dropping water or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They drop right over our heads. So I'm like, what the fuck? This is chaos, right? And then I see a fire truck right across the street from us, like right down the street. And I look over and I see another one, like multiple fire trucks up on top of the street. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, oh my God, it's coming this way. They're preparing because it's coming this fucking way. So I walked down and talked to the firefighter. I'm like, hey man, we didn't get a evacuation order, but I know we're like under warning. And he's like, yep. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? He's like, if those winds decide to change, it's gonna get bad, dude. I go, should I? And he was a younger firefighter. I go, should I evacuate? He goes, you have kids? I go, yeah, and I got infant. He goes, get up. I'm like, right now? He's like, right now.
Fuck. And because I talked to a
the Palisades, if you wait for our fucking competent fucking government to tell you when to get out, it's too late. So the people in the Palisades, because there's not a lot of ways to get out, we're stuck.
Yeah.
And they have to leave their cars and evacuate with their cars blowing up.
Dude, I looked at houses there 8 years ago, I think it
Palisades?
was. Right?
I used to live there.
Remember that? Yeah.
I used to live there.
Yeah. I looked at the houses 8 years ago. The last thing you thought, and I couldn't afford them on the alphabet streets. They were just a little too expensive.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like just a little too expensive.
Yeah.
But I wanted to live there. It was such a cool, beautiful.
It's great.
And the last thing you think in the alphabet streets, which were these little homes with families, and it was just beautiful. You never thought, no one when you were buying a house said fire, because fire would never reach down there. Definitely not the Gelsons, not the gas station. Like, it's the town. It's the town center. It's the last thing you would have thought, right?
State Farm said, not us.
Oh, the best. Well, you know, and I've been reading about the fact that they had these, so they said that, so you'll love this. So about a year ago, actually more than that, maybe a year and a half ago or so, they say, they put in the budget, let's replace these old wooden pylons with that hold up the electrical wires with metal ones that are not flammable and are stronger and won't fall over in a wind. Guess what? As they were doing that, one of the environmental minders there saw that they were digging up 180, I don't know what they're called, bushes, 180 bushes that were indigenous to the area. They put a stop to it.
Of course.
A year later, the permit came through a year later where they were given the go-ahead to start doing that construction again. And then they had to wait longer and it never happened. And so a lot of times brush fires are also caused by electrical wires
Power
falling.
lines.
Yeah,
Power
dude.
lines,
Now we know all that. I talked to a fireman. He said, when a brush fire starts, even a small one, we're out there for 8 hours. When you have winds like that, there's nothing you can do.
can't.
So here's my thing. You correct me if I'm wrong. If you know that, if State Farm says we're canceling 69% of all your policies because we asked Los Angeles
in place in
we
Los
asked Los
Angeles,
Angeles if we could raise premiums for what, because you wouldn't clear the brush because of all your green
And we know a
initiatives.
fire's coming.
We know a fire's coming.
Guaranteed.
We know that. I got one better. I'm going to do one better for you. We know that's coming. But you know what? Let us raise premiums at least.
Which they did.
And California said no. Los Angeles said, no, you're not doing that. You're not allowed to raise premiums on these people. So they said,
We're out.
We're out because we have to make money. We're a business. It's not, we're out. They canceled your policy.
Correct.
They canceled 60. No, didn't you get like a call out of the blue? They're like, your policy's canceled.
Out of nowhere, yeah.
And you're like, what?
Been with them 20 years.
20 years. We canceled your policy. You had to go shop for a policy. It took you a month, right?
Took me a month.
And it was very hard and you pay out the ass now.
Out the ass, yeah.
Thank you. So that's what happens when activists and city officials, and when you have the city council, bring up the Los Angeles City Council, please. 4 of them are socialists.
The frustration I have, I can't.
So the other fire, the fourth largest, the Camp Fire, the one that set off the 4th largest fire in Los Angeles history, was that last year? That was a guy who had a previous felony.
Yeah, arson.
He was on parole for a felony and then was waiting to be tried for another felony out on the street and then started it. And he had a DUI.
You're batshit crazy if you don't think some of these fires are started man-made.
There we are. There's the LA City Council. So we lost power and now we're back. And so
The high winds.
Yeah, the high winds. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I know for a fact it's the winds. Yeah, the winds are supposed to go to Wednesday, I think, till 2 p.m.
Well, winds are kicking back up. Now, I didn't see any smoke on the way here. Are we out of the woods?
No, I mean, it's only 10% contained.
Really?
But as far as it come over the ridge, they have retardant down, heavy on the retard.
Yeah.
They have retardant down, and it's blocking it from getting here.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Hey, here's my thing, though.
Yeah.
Okay, we made it out this time. No doubt. We made it out.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you,
Yeah.
there's going to be more fires within a few months. There's going to be more fires next year.
Yeah.
We got lucky this time.
Yeah.
At some point, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I guarantee you it reaches this studio, my house,
100%, dude.
all the valley. It's not a matter of if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when. What do we do?
I'm going to make a prediction. I'll make a prediction. Here's my thing about this whole thing. They're blaming governance. Okay, and governance definitely plays a part. Here's my thing about it all. If you lived in a neighborhood where every once in a while gangs would come in and kill your whole family and burn your house down, what you would do is you would go, okay, now that I know gangs are there, I would go find out where the gangs are. I have that option and kill them. or I move, or I have all the guns, the biggest walls, and 24-hour security, and I'm drilling it, always being ready. None of that. We knew fire, they knew 100% that fire was 100% possibility. We knew that that it wasn't a matter of when, it was a matter of if.
The fire departments told them this
Yes.
and said we don't have the
And
resources.
they go, fire hydrants
They
are only,
defunded them, Brian.
fire hydrants are only made for, they're only for this and that and the other thing. If that's the case, fire hydrants aren't made for brush fire. I got it. I got you. Cool. Then where was the infrastructure to make sure it didn't happen? The
Well, they
infrastructure
drained the
in this
reservoir.
town is
They
the
drained the
worst
reservoir.
because we have the shittiest infrastructure still. Those old power lines are still there from the fucking
Can't do it.
50s and
I'll
40s.
get too
dude.
frustrated.
It's unbelievable. So bad governance all the way across.
Almonds,
Bad
you know,
governance.
pistachios is a $1 billion business. 70% of pistachios come from Northern California. The amount of water it takes to run the pistachio business could fulfill all our water needs.
Well,
And that's a privately owned land up there by some rich fucking.
there's a lot of stuff though. Like I don't know. I think that we have the water for pistachios and we have the water for this. It's a question of how you allocate the water.
Cool. Fuck the pistachios.
Well,
Either way, I like them myself, but you know, I like my home.
no. There's a lot of money in our agriculture needs a lot of water and we can handle it. California, a huge part of our economy is that agriculture. Let's keep all that. We don't have to do that.
You can do both.
You can do both.
But if you had to pick one,
Well, of course. I mean, but
I like almond milk.
No.
Hold on. I like my house.
that's not
better.
that, but that's not even an issue. You don't even have to bring that up. We have, with proper governance, with proper forest management, with proper, when you have regulations and these green regulations, and you're not allowed to clear away shrubbery, it's the height of irresponsibility.